Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon we have with us Marie Rodriguez. She is a candidate for Tybee City Council, and we'll be asking a few questions and hearing some responses. And the questions that we're asking, if you've watched some of the other interviews with candidates, have to do with livability and quality of life. So, Marie, want to welcome you and glad that you're here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll just ask a few questions, hear your responses, and then at the end we'll give you an opportunity to just share from your heart and speak to the audience.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure. So the first question has to do with affordable housing. Partners for Livable Communities, they say that one of the key principles of livability and quality of life is equitable access to things such as housing, neighborhood environment, transportation, clean environment, healthcare, civic and social engagement, education, and safety. Since there's been an expansion of short-term vacation rentals over the last few years, property values have really gone quite high, and that somewhat limits who is able to live here full-time. And so we were interested to know your thoughts about how to provide fair and equitable housing to a wide range of people from a wide range of economic backgrounds.
So this is actually something that is to my heart because this happened to me. So let me say, first of all, there is no easy answer to this problem. A lack of affordable housing on Tybee has been an ongoing, decades-long program that's a problem, that's only been exacerbated by the STVR issue. Addressing the STVR issue may help, but will not resolve the problem. I know how hard, as a single mother in 1994, it was to find affordable housing on Tybee. I had to work multiple jobs, to state 7 part-time jobs, and you can ask my mom if you don't believe me, to pay for my house. I am willing to work with anyone on creative ideas that somebody might have. For example, I did talk earlier in the year with a property owner about an idea I had to create a tiny house community on their property. And then I thought at least we would have affordable housing for workers or people that wanted to live here. And they were really nice about it, but it just they weren't interested. And that was about the best thing right now that I could come up with. But like I said, I'm always willing to talk to anybody as long as they're respectful. I am open to speaking to anybody about an idea they have, because if you don't open yourself up to speaking with other people, you don't know, somebody might have a great idea and you're not the one that thought about it.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. Well, that leads us right into the second question. There are a lot of issues that have a lot of emotions attached to them here on the island. People have very strong feelings about things like the environment and infrastructure, water supply, wastewater, trees, turtles, STVRs, and emotions can get rather high, can have intense conflicts. And one of the challenges, it seems, from local government is, how do you incorporate a lot of different perspectives in the decision-making process? So we're interested to know, how you would include a diversity of perspectives as you go about making policy decisions.
Okay, so we all know that Tybee is not a very diverse community. According to the recent census, over 95% of the citizens on Tybee are white. If I'm elected, I'll be the first American male or female elected to, American male or female elected to the Tybee City Council. Because of the lack of diversity in our community, I believe it's important for us as a city to include others in conversation. For example, I believe we should continue to appoint citizens, consult experts, and work with groups like the Social Justice Committee, who in turn work with the DOJ and other groups in developing policy and making decisions. Another example is working with the mobility groups to provide access to the beach and to provide mobility maps. I believe Tybee is making progress with groups like the Tybee MLK Committee and the Tybee Equality Fest. Maybe City Council consider appointing citizens from these two groups too.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent ways, ideas to incorporate diversity and inclusion in city government.
Exactly. And like I said, you don't know if you don't listen to other people, not be talking all the time, but sit and listen to somebody else's advice. Somebody else, might have something better than you. And if you don't listen to other people, you never know that.
Yeah.
You can't just listen to yourself talk all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no one person can know everything.
Yes, only God.
Yeah. So thanks for that. So that brings us to the last question, and once again, livability has to do with equitable access to education. And here on the island, we have the Tybee Island Maritime Academy, a charter school here, and they state that their primary focus for their student population are children that live east of the Lazaretto Bridge.
Right.
But they also draw heavily from other students out in the county. And there's, just like Tybee itself is not very diverse, there's some challenges with TEMA being diverse as well. So, when it comes to providing education for a diversity of races or economic backgrounds, even though the City Council doesn't have a direct influence over TEMA or the board there, how might you encourage them or support them in providing for a diversity of a student population?
Right. So I agree, even though the City Council doesn't tell TEMA what to do, they can work with TEMA and ask for certain things. I say, given that the Tybee Island Maritime Academy has no space to expand, we need to work with the current population to achieve this goal. We need to support the weighted lottery law, which we all know about, which helps to increase minority enrollment while advocating that Tybee residents get an increased chance to attend a school. The mayor and council can appoint a liaison to work on TEMA's governing board for these goals. Right now, children from low-income backgrounds can get 4 lottery chances to attend TEMA. Middle income gets 1. But the good thing is that if somebody from a low-income background gets in with that 4 lottery chances, their siblings are automatically going to get a chance too. So they don't have to worry about that. They're going to be included also. But even though we can't tell them what to do, maybe the mayor and council can, like I said, hire somebody or ask somebody to please be a liaison and try to work on these things for Tybee and for also children that would like to come from low income areas.
Very good. So those are the 3 questions formal questions we wanted to ask, we're interested in hearing about. We just want to give you a chance to speak to the audience, just from your heart, the things that are important to you and that you think the audience might want to hear.
So I appreciate, like I said, the questions. They're and letting us have a lot of time, because you don't want to give a half, answer out of your mouth. They're very important questions that need to be asked here on Tybee. So I'm just saying, as a full-time resident of nearly 30 years, I have a fierce dedication to this island. I'm passionate about our community, the environment, and the residents. I'm willing to listen to what others have to say and incorporate that into my thought process. I have a genuine desire to serve the residents of Tybee, and I'm concerned about our future. We must address the quality of life issues that affect us now as residents, but also for those in the future. It is critical that we maintain a balance between residents and tourists. As you all know, I'm not a politician. I've always been a public servant. Tybee has made gains in working together, and I'd like to continue those efforts.